Still bills, what's the deal, man? Weirdo. But yeah, man. We gotta rap about this Joseph Parker and Derek Chisora fight, man. That was a good fight. I think people is really dragging it with this robbery shit though, because I think that was a good fight. I think people kind of got it fucked up with the early knockdown, so they want to scream robbery now. Um, First round knockdown, good knockdown, good knockdown. I think Chisora won the next round too. I want to say, and then I think I gave I think by the third round, Parker kind of started getting his timing down on the, when he began to advance and close distance, and he started timing them coming in. And I don't think people were kind of disregarding that just because Chisora was landing some bombs. He was just, and it was work rate. A lot of it was work rate, man. A lot of it was work rate, man. Chisora was just coming there. I don't know what the fuck is up with this dude, man, because he has the mannerisms of a nigga who just doesn't really have the best conditioning. You dig? I know for a fact, like when I spar, I'm on the rope. If I'm laying on the rope like this, I'm tired. This nigga be laying on the rope. I don't know. It's like he be playing possum. He'll be laying on the rope like this, and when he go sit down in the corner, but he gets up and his work rate doesn't dissipate. I think that shit is dope, man. Like his conditioning is, I think he really doesn't get enough credit for his conditioning, considering he throws looping shots. He throws looping shots, and when he whiffs bad. He starts really telegraphing later on down the stretch in the fight, man, and he'll fade, but it's not fade to a point where he's at risk of just, like, he's out of the fight, like he's no longer dangerous, man. I think it's really weird watching Chisora fight. It's real weird. Nonetheless, it was a really good fight, man. Them cats was in there brawling, man, and I think by the mid rounds, Parker really started finding a home for that left hand, for that left hook. Whether he was leading with it off the the close distance with it, or one thing I noticed that like he started tracking Chisora's head when he would dip down in the lower levels and start moving his head. It was probably one of the waters. But he started somewhat tracking his head when he was down in the lower levels and moving his head and started launching the uppercuts. I kind of wanted him to mix his attack up a little bit, because he did kind of start getting a little repetitive with the combinations that he was throwing. But they kept landing. Chisora never adjusted to that. He never really adjusted to that, man. And I thought he should have I thought he could have took the air out of the tires a little bit more if he just kind of planted and stopped head hunting as much and started ripping to the body. If he could have did that, I think he could have had, the rounds wouldn't have been as tight as they was, especially the 12th. The wide scorecards, I'm like, come on, man. That was a good fight. That was a really good fight. And I had Parker winning like about maybe one or two early rounds. Maybe one. There was a lot of swing rounds in there though, man. But I do think it was a right call. I think it was the right call. We get too far gone with this robbery shit, man. Like not every close fight is a robbery. That wasn't a robbery. Jose Benavidez versus Mauricio Herrera was a robbery. That's a robbery. You know what I'm saying? That's a robbery. Chisora and Parker wasn't a robbery. It was a really good fight that could have went either way. And that's what we asked for with these fights. You don't want a blowout. You want a really good fight. You want an entertaining fight. And they provided that for us, man. So that was a good win. But I do think Parker started timing him a lot better. He started sharpshooting, even in, in the pocket. He was sharpshooting a little bit. He was a lot more accurate than Chisora. It was just Chisora was a workhorse in there, man, and just he would trap him on the ropes and rip to the body, or he would close distance with that wide looping left hand, and if he would whiff that, he would throw the right straight off of that and be right back up in his grill. So he was a workhorse in there. He was a workhorse in there, man. So it was a good fight, man. Y'all niggas need to get the fuck out of here with that robbery shit. That was not a robbery. It was a great fight. That was a good fight. A good fight. Man, like I said before, we need to start showing love to these, these fighters out of the UK, like Europe and shit. Just Europe in general, man. America really has this kind of arrogant. It's really arrogance. Like ain't nobody do shit better than us, which to a certain degree is true. But then you have situations like boxing. Nobody can fuck with us in basketball. Basketball, we track. Unless you're talking about like the Jamaicans and shit, nobody can really fuck with us in track. Hip hop and things of that nature, man. You dig? That's what we're dominant in, man. But Europe, especially within the last couple of decades, has really been coming on strong with with their fighters. They have a rich history of boxing, but really in the past the past decade or so, you really start to see cats really ringing bells. When the Klitschko's came on the scene, that's when it was like, all right, cool. Now we got something to talk about. You dig? Lennox. You dig? So we gotta really start putting some respect on these Europeans who come over here who fights name. I mean, shit, even Frank Bruno, man. Respect. That's what it all boils down to, man. Respect. But good win for Joseph Parker. I didn't get to see his post-fight interview. I would like to see who we got in the scope next, because it's a bunch of cats out there. I think him and Usyk would be a real good one. Him and Usyk would be really good. And we gonna see what the deal is with Andy Ruiz. I ain't watching that bullshit. Not for no fucking. I ain't paying for that. Good and hell well they should have put that shit on fucking regular Showtime. They think because it's about to be Cinco de Mayo, they can make a quick flip. No, nigga, ain't nobody about that shit finna do 50 copies, nigga. Fuck. So, a little off subject, man, but I would like to see what Parker's doing next. I would like to see what we got in the scope next. I'm looking forward to that. I would really love to see him and whoever wins out of Usyk and Joe Joyce. I would love to see that. I would love to see the winner of them go in there and run that. I would love to see the winner go in there and run that, man. And I think Chisora was sharper in this fight than he was in the Usyk fight. He had a bit of he had an easier time finding Parker than he did with Usyk. Now, granted, the pandemic had kicked in and he was out of the ring for well over a year, some wild shit like that. So his conditioning wasn't there like it was tonight, man. Even though he was fading tonight, but I don't know, man. That dude's endurance is incredible. He had an easier time tonight than he did with Usyk. So good win for Chisora. Good win for Parker. Good performance for Chisora. Respect Chisora, man. This dude, he has like 10 losses, man, and nobody should be giving a fuck because he's fighting everybody. He's fighting everybody. Nobody was trying to give Usyk a chance because everybody perceived him as a threat in the division coming up from cruiserweight. I don't want to lose my spot. I'm a top 10 contender. I'll take that for A. Shout out Derek Chisora, man. That nigga ain't scared to get in there and run that shit with nobody. Dillian White twice. Tyson Fury twice. Now you got Joseph Parker on the resume. Takum, Usyk. Yeah, that man is respect. David Hay when he was in his heyday. Yeah, that man is respect, man. I fucking love it, man. I love it. Him and Dillian White. That man, the UK dudes is what's up, man, because they come to fight. They come to fight. Dillian White, Chisora, they ain't ducking no smoke. Anthony Joshua, they ain't ducking no smoke. It ain't politics with them. It ain't politics. They gonna get paid regardless. I'm gonna make a nice little bag off of this fight right here. So fuck it, let's just run that. Because of that, we get quality fights. I love it. So good fight, good card. I'm gonna come. I think I'm gonna probably do a fucking video on Katie Taylor and Natasha Jonas tomorrow. Oh shit, damn fuck. Go, 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 go. Oops, my bad. Yeah, I'll do a video on Jonas and Katie Taylor tomorrow. That was a nice one right there. And hopefully I can catch some. I can find a way to get this Areola versus Ruiz. Hopefully I can find a way to get that. If not, then fuck it. But like and subscribe, man. Peace.